All right.
Is that natural?
Yeah. We're the Berkmeyers. I'm Brent, and this is my wife, Emily. We've been married for 13 years now. And we just want to share our story and why we are doing what we do and why we have felt called to put this on the internet so that other people can see. Because obviously it can be very invasive, but we feel like we're just hearing a lot of really good stuff from God, and we're taking action on it, and we're seeing some great fruit. And we just want to encourage and inspire others to do the same. So we got married, like I said, 13 years ago, and we were just living the normal American culture. We both owned businesses. I owned a landscaping company, and Emily owned a child care facility that she developed into multiple child care facilities, and life was good. We were having fun, and things were great, but we still just felt like there was just a piece missing. Like we just weren't fulfilling what we were to do. And so we had a Bible study group that met for 10 weeks called Story Formed Life, and it just really changed our perspective and ultimately changed the trajectory of our life.
Yeah, we just really felt like we heard the Lord speak to us during that time. I think He was already working on our hearts, but we heard very clearly during this group that He was calling me to go home, to homeschool the kids, to have more babies. And so in our current situation, that was kind of impossible with me running my businesses. And so we really just decided, like, okay, like if this is what the Lord is calling us to do, how are we going to do it? And it was going to be sacrifice on our end in order to get to this place, but we really trusted that this is where the Lord was calling us and that it was going to be worth it in the long term. Like, He sold his business, and then I trained him in the daycare while I was pregnant. I trained him, and then once I had the girls, I didn't go back into the office. Brent took over, and I helped kind of on the back end part, but really Brent was running that for us now. And then I was able to stay home and focus on my calling, which was to homeschool our kids and to train them up and to give them their identity in the Lord and help them figure out what their gifts are, and just exposing them to different opportunities that they wouldn't get in the schools.
Yes, I think that, like she said, there was sacrifice in that. Like, I loved landscaping. Like, I still do. I enjoy that. But it just wasn't a job that allowed me the time at home that I wanted. And so being able to step into the childcare industry, going from a, hands-on outdoor, which is just the kind of guy I am, into, just having to be, more refined and finessed and, dealing with employees. And obviously, just a lot of responsibility of people's children. And that's something that I enjoyed doing. But it was definitely, a sacrifice to leave landscaping and to sell that business and move on. But we saw a bigger picture. We saw a vision and a calling from God that if we were faithful and we took a leap of faith that seemed uncomfortable now, there was good things to come in the future. And
it was, because ultimately, really, Brent, like, I started the daycare because it was a passion of mine. I saw it as a mission field and I loved it, but it wasn't his passion and he didn't love it. And so it was hard for him to step into that, but we knew it was short term and it was just a stepping stone to get us from point A to point B. And we agreed that that was the best way for us to step into the Lord's calling on our family, which ultimately we felt like the Lord was calling us into a place of just really freeing Brent up with his time and his energy and his capacity. And so that's when we started to invest into real estate, because we felt like, well, one, I have a lot of interest in real estate. I feel like it's something that naturally we're pretty good at, have a good eye for. There's a lot of opportunity in the area that we live for real estate. And ultimately, it just provided passive income for us. So a way for us to generate income without having to get up and go into work. And so that was what we began to work towards together through this process. Hey, Corey.
And so, yeah, just having the basically a steady job in the childcare industry did allow us to, be able to finance and get the rental properties and get that built up to a point where we were able to come to a place that we were ready and able to get out of the childcare industry and go into the rental property full time. And so now, I'm at home and, I help
like
with
all day,
all day,
every day.
Yeah.
And actually, a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, and you want to do that? And it has been so good. I'm pregnant again, by the way.
Yeah.
So
number 6. That'll
Yes.
be number 6 on the way.
yeah, so we're enjoying our time home. It's been great. But the best part with being home isn't just the time, but honestly, I've enjoyed having Brent home so much because his capacity is way more with taking just the other businesses off the table, the stress of all of that, it being gone. Oh my gosh, it's you can literally see a weight lifted off of him. And I mean, just as scripture says, we're one. And so when he's not well and healthy, I'm not well and healthy, but when he's doing good, and I do good. And so from him coming into this place of just peace and joy and this new excitement for life and our family and mission, that has just spread to the whole family. And so it has been super sweet and something we've worked really hard towards and been really diligent in. And we just recognize that it's this sweet promise that the Lord has made to us that we're just now really experiencing.
And we homeschool for relationship with our kids.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have anything against public school. I mean, she started out as a teacher. That's what her degree is in. And she was in the public school system. We just feel like for 8 hours a day for our kids to be gone, we have created this space and environment that we can be that influence for those 8 hours of the day. We just feel like experience is so important to your education and your learning. So we bought an RV and we are working on making our way to the 49 continental United States in the next couple years, which may take a little longer now that there's a baby on the way. But it's a time that we are, 7 of us, soon to be 8 of us in a RV months at a time. And it's just a time to build a relationship, to experience what's around us, to experience different cultures, and just become closer as a family.
And I think, too, what an opportunity to speak identity into our children. I mean, they're a captive audience right now, and they trust us, and I feel like we are the loudest voice in their life right now. And so we don't take that for granted, and we really try to seize that opportunity and really just speak into who God created them to be, what their giftings are, what the Lord calls us to as believers, what the Lord is calling us to as a family. And yeah, I feel like that is our goal right now. Yes, we do curriculum, but we honestly do an hour and a half of lessons a day. And then beyond that, I mean, it's endless. We can do whatever it is that we want to do that day. And so some days that looks like the kids going to work with Brent. Some days it looks like me, the kids work around the house every day, but teaching them a new job or a new chore around the house. Our kids can do the laundry, they can do the dishes, they clean up their room, they can help take care of the chicken. There's just endless opportunity. We actually have time and capacity now for more relationships in our life with friends and with family. So yes, relationship is the goal of homeschooling for us with each other, but also just teaching our kids how to do relationship, because I think that's something that a lot of people think just happened, but we believe it's something that you have to learn. And so that's one thing we really hope that we can teach our kids, is just how to do relationship with other people. And we feel like whatever they choose to do in life, whatever it is, ultimately they're going to have to know how to do relationship to be successful, whether they are, I don't know, making something for customers, or if they're the boss, or if they're an employee, or whatever they do, they're going to have to know how to have a healthy relationship. So another thing with homeschooling our kids is we feel like we're creating this culture within our family that just says to our kids that you are an asset, not a liability. And we speak that very directly and clearly to our kids. Like, we will literally say, hey, you are important to this family. You have a role within this family. And when you're not here, our family isn't as strong. And so for us, we really feel like we want to create this culture within our family where when our kids get older, that they actually want to be a part of our family. They want to be close, and they see their value within our family.
And really, we're just trying to be intentional. I feel like we come from very healthy families that really want the same things that we do, and we're just trying to take it to the next level and be intentional with all the decisions that we make on a regular basis that points to our children choosing and wanting to be around us as when they're adults. And hopefully that looks like them living in close proximity so that we can continue to do life together.
Yeah. And we actually will say that. We'll just say, like, we talk about maybe when we get older, like buying houses on the same street together, or the boys will ask me if I will help homeschool their kids when they get older. And, you know, and yes, of course I would love to do that. Like, I hope that I have the ability and the health to do that. And I would love to be a part of your family. And so, I don't know, like, something we speak very directly to our kids.
Yeah, and this is not a how-to channel. This is a how we do channel. It's not going to be perfect for everybody. It's not going to be feasible for everybody. Our overall goal in filming and presenting this out is to inspire and to provoke people to just look at life through a different lens and see what things that may work for you, so that you can have a deeper relationship with God and a deeper relationship with your friends, family, and kids.
And if nothing else, maybe it'll just provoke you to ask the question, why do we do what we do? Why do I send my kids to school? Why do I work this job? Why do I stay home? Why do we eat this way? Why do you do what you do? So, I mean, it's a very important question that we need to continue to ask ourselves.
So this is our introduction of hopefully a good one for you to get to meet us for the first time. And we just hope that you found something in this video that just provokes and stimulates you. And if you do, please subscribe below, as our adventures are just going to keep growing. And we hope that through those adventures, we can bring life to our family and also to yours. So please, if you're interested, subscribe and
like.